Hey, thank you so much for joining me again. Um, I really appreciate you taking the time out to maybe learn something and share this time with me. And what I want to talk about today, this week, is why it's so important for you to be happy, and how I don't even want to say that it isn't selfish, but to say why being selfish is good and why it's good for everybody, not just you, and how you actually, by taking care of yourself and being happy, you begin to model a healthy, sustainable village or community or interpersonal ecosystem. And what I mean by that is every single person is made up of multiple different selves. There's the version of ourselves that feels fear, the version of ourselves that feels joy, the parts of ourselves that govern our safety and our practicality, the elements of ourselves that govern creativity and play and sexuality and all those different things. They're all different parts of ourselves that are all actually like living beings, and they all form a symbiotic relationship. And so when one's happy, that gives the others opportunities to be happy. And when one is unhappy, it actually has a negative effect on all the other parts of yourselves as well, or at least the ones that are directly connected to. And so what happens is you actually have a community, a village inside yourself, composed of all these different parts of your personality. And when they're all given a voice, and when they've all been validated and treated as if they matter and that someone cares about them, your inner community, your inner ecosystem can thrive. It can express itself authentically. You become aware of the needs and the values of each different person in the community. And in the search of better living, I guess you could say, we seek out how to meet those needs and how to really validate and listen to all these different parts of our personalities so that we can live as a thriving ecosystem. Now, if you're the type of person that believes that the outside world is kind of a representation of what goes on inside you, then this is a really powerful metaphor. And I happen to be one of those people, because I noticed that anytime I have a problem with somebody, if there's something I don't like about somebody, pretty much every single time that I've taken a look at it, it's shown me that the reason I have a problem with them is because they remind me of a part of myself that I don't fully like, or that I may not like at all. And so since I'm not cool with that part of myself, it's damn near impossible for me to be cool with them. And that continues to be true. I see it with my clients. I see it with myself constantly. Anytime I have a problem with pretty much anybody or anything, it's because it reminds me of a part of myself that I don't like. And so in building a community, when we can see the functionality or the dysfunction of a community as a mirror of the dysfunction inside of us, then all we really have to do is make peace with ourselves, and we become a living element of the foundation of a healthy, sustainable ecosystem and community. Like, let's say the creative part of yourself is not one that you fully embraced. You're more practical. So that means that the creative people in the community are not going to be people you're fully at peace with, or vice versa. Let's say you're more creative and the practical people you're not cool with them. It's probably because you haven't fully integrated the practical elements of your personality. So when we take a look at it that way, the community is just a representation of who we are inside. So if you make peace with the practical element of your personality as well as the creative element of your personality, then creativity and practicality can live together, and then all kinds of beautiful things can happen. Like, my head instantly goes to architecture. Practicality and creativity can create some of the most beautiful architecture in the world, and art, and technology, and all these things become possible because these two uh, elements of our personalities, or these two different people in the community can finally get along. And not only that, but there's less need for competition, violence, hatred, greed, all these different things. They kind of go away when we can accept and take a look at these different parts of ourselves. Like, what are my needs? What do I need to be happy with in this community? How do I interact with others? How do my actions and my feelings impact those around me? Those are all things you can take a look at with each individual element of your personality. And likewise, these are all ways you can view the community around you. So, what does this person need to be happy? How can I validate what they're going through? Inside and outside, it's exactly the same thing. So the reason I'm saying all this is to encourage you to really take a look at yourself and figure out what it is that makes you happy, and to know that a selfish and self-centered lifestyle, which kind of has a negative connotation to it, is actually one of the best things you can do for anybody around you, including yourself. Because when you make peace with all these different elements of yourself, and you make contact with your needs and your own source of validation and your own source of love, you literally can't help but extend that to those around you. And when you find your passion and your creativity and you can genuinely be in support of it, you cannot help but be in support of the love and the happiness and the creativity and the success of those around you. So living a self-serving and self-centered lifestyle, when looked at from this point of view, becomes beautiful and the most amazing thing you can do for the health of our species, for the health of our communities, and for the health of our planet. Even our relationship to our planet is a mirror of our relationship to ourselves. So please, love yourself. Build your life around who you are. Put your needs as the highest priority of your life. Not your whims, not necessarily your unconscious desires, but the things you genuinely want and genuinely need to be a whole and complete and healthy, happy person. You put those first, and you cannot help but put those exact needs at the same priority level for those around you. So just thank you for even giving this idea a shot and for making the world that much better. Thank you. And also thank you for watching this all the way through and supporting me in getting this stuff out there. I feel like it's really important, and I'm glad that there's people to listen to it. And again, if you want to talk more about anything like this, you can reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook. Just send me a message and I'll talk to you. And we can figure out, what you can do to make your life the most amazing, and figure out who you are and build your life around who you are and what you want and what you feel passionate about. It's my mission in this world to help you be happy, and I'm dedicated to doing that. So thank you for taking the time to let me help. Thanks.